I got you.
They are good.
Okay. You ever played these games?
Several times.
Okay. Okay.
This is the others.
Okay. How you doing with that?
So they've definitely had the most games. We have one, I think they've won four. And all of them have gone to 3 sets.
Real tight. Good. Okay.
Maya! Maya! Oh, no, it's okay.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. All right, welcome Ignite sports fans. We are here at the second game on day 2 at the Show Me tournament here in Kansas City, Missouri, where Ignite Select 14 Blue is set to face off against Iowa Select Mizuno. This is the team we faced several times this year. We know it's going to be a challenging game. They have a very good team. Ignite coming off a huge comeback win against HLA, a very good defensive team. They were digging just about everything. The girls started off a little flat in that first set, in that first game. We're going to see how they start out in this game. The warm-ups are already done. Iowa Select lined up ready for the pregame wave. After the pregame wave, we'll get lineups and get underway. So for Ignite, in the front row, a slightly different lineup than what we've seen before. Jordan, Jerona, and Sydney. In the back row, we have Kaylin, Ava, and Cameron. Ava's gonna head out. Maya's gonna head in. Looks like the up ref is talking to captains. Ignite is going to start with serve. Maya will be the first server today. Maya with the serve deep. Iowa Select gets it up. They're going to set up their backside hitter. Gets partially blocked. Maya with the pass to Kaylin. Kaylin sets back to Sydney. Sydney with the big swing gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. And Ignite gets the first point in this opening set. Maya back to serve again. Maya with a deep serve. Iowa Select gets it up. They're going to do a tip. Maya comes over, gets the pass to Kaylin. Kaylin to Jordan. Jordan with the push. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter, hits it cross court, and that goes out of bounds. Cameron wisely watched that fly out. And so Ignite now up 2-0. Maya back to serve again. Maya with a deep serve. Mizuno sets up their middle with the tip. Maya goes flying in, gets it up to Kaylin. Kaylin to Jerona. Jerona tips it over. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to try and hit it cross court. Kaylin gets it up. Maya's going to set up Cameron in the back row. Cameron goes through the defense, and Mizuno gets it up. They're going to hit it cross court. Maya goes flying, gets it to Kaylin. Kaylin back sets to Sydney. Sydney with the tip, and that falls in for another point for Ignite. Ignite now leading 3-0 early in this first set. Maya back to the service line, looking for more. Maya with a deep serve. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter who hits it hard. Jordan trying to corral it back up, not able to come up with it. So Mizuno gets their first point in this first set. Mizuno now with the serve. It's a hard, deep serve. Cameron hits it up. Maya's going to set up Jerona on the outside. Jerona hits it cross court deep. That's going to be just a little bit too wide out of bounds. And so Mizuno now within one, still with the serve. A hard serve. Cameron hits it up. Kaylin able to set up Jerona on the outside. Jerona hits it deep. Mizuno gets the dig. They're going to set up their middle. Hard hit. And that's going to be too deep. for anyone else to get. So Mizuno ties up this first set at 3 apiece. Mizuno still with the serve. Mizuno with a hard serve. Cameron gets it up. Maya's going to set up Sydney on the outside. Sydney hits it down the line. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set their outside. Hits it hard. And that goes off the block and sideways. Maya can't catch up to it. And so Mizuno now takes a 1-point lead early in this first set. Mizuno with a short serve. Sydney with the pass to Kalen. Kalen out to Girona. Girona hits it deep down the line. And that's just a little bit too deep, out of bounds. And so Mizuno gets another point. Now clinging to a 2-point lead. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a deep serve. Sydney pops it up to Kalen. Kalen back to Sydney. Sydney goes cross court through the defense and down. A kill for Sydney on the backside. So Sydney's going to check out. Macy's going to check in and head back to the service line. Ignite down 1. Macy with the serve deep, and that goes just a little bit too deep, out of bounds. So Mizuno gets the ball back, leading by 2. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a deep serve. Cameron gets it up. Kalen pops it up. Girona hits a hard shot, and Mizuno's not going to be able to catch up to that one. So Ignite gets the ball back, down 1. Girona is going to rotate back to the service line. Girona with a hard low serve. Mizuno pops it up. Cameron tries to stuff it down. Mizuno can't handle it, and Ignite now tied at 6 in the first set. Girona back to serve again. Girona with a hard low serve. This one hits just the top of the net. Comes back on the Ignite side, so Mizuno gets the 1-point lead and the serve. Mizuno with the deep serve. Girona hits it up. Ignite can't catch up to that second pass. So Mizuno increases the lead to 2, still with the serve. Mizuno serves it cross court, and that's going to be too wide, out of bounds. So the service error gives it back to Ignite. Maya's going to check out. Ava's going to check in. Jordan back at the service line. Jordan with the serve deep. Mizuno in a little bit of trouble. They're going to hit it over. Girona with the pass to Kalen. Kalen to Ava in the middle. Ava tries to get the tip, but it gets blocked. And so Mizuno will get the point and the serve. Mizuno with the deep serve. Girona with the pass to Kalen. Kalen to Ava again. Ava gets blocked, but Maya gets it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron goes down the line, and they're going to call that just a little bit wide, out of bounds. And so Ignite now down 3 early in this first set. They've had some great attacks, just a little bit too deep or too wide. Mizuno with the serve, hard serve. Macy gets it up, and it kind of spins around Cameron, but Cameron can't locate the ball. So Mizuno after the ace. Oh, they're trying to send a girl to get the ball. So Mizuno now leading by 4. Ignite trying to look for a stop. Mizuno with a hard serve. Girona pops it up. Maya's going to set up Cameron on the outside. Cameron does a roll shot. Mizuno's there. They're going to set up their backside hitter who hits it deep cross court. Macy thought it was going out, and it landed right on the corner. So Mizuno gets another point. Knight, after sitting for 2 hours, started out pretty hot, struggling with their attack a little bit. Another hard serve by Mizuno. Girona pops it up to Kaylin. Kaylin to Ava. Ava gets blocked at the net. Cameron can't pop it up. And Mizuno now claims a 6-point lead in this first set. Ignite's going to take a timeout to talk things over. Last few sets have gone to the middle. Ava, and Mizuno has a big in the middle. It's hard to get around her, and she's blocked the last few sets to the middle. Ignite's had some very good passes on serve receive, set up some great attacks, just a little bit off on the attacks. So after the timeout, both teams back on the court. Mizuno set to serve. Mizuno with a hard serve. Girona pops it up to Kaylin. Kaylin out to Cameron. Cameron goes cross court. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter who tips it. And Ignite can't get that tip. So another point for Mizuno. Mizuno now at 7, leading by 7 in this first set. Mizuno with a hard serve. Macy gets it to Kaylin. Kaylin to Cameron. Cameron goes cross court again. This one's short. Mizuno able to get the dig. Sets up their outside. Hits it cross court. Maya with the pass to Kaylin. Kaylin to Ava in the middle. Ava with the push to the side. Mizuno can't come up with the third shot. And Ignite finally stops the Mizuno run. So Macy's going to check out. Sydney's going to check in. Kaylin back at the service line. Kaylin with the serve deep. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside, who hits a roll shot. Blocked at the net by Sydney. Mizuno sets up their backside. Hits it down deep. That's going to be too deep, out of bounds. Another point for Ignite. So Ignite now down 6. I'm sorry, Ignite down 5. Kaylin back to serve. Kaylin serves it deep. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside again. Hits it right through the defense and down. No one can catch up to that one. So Mizuno back up to 6. Now with the serve. That's all right, Ignite. That's all right. Keep moving. Mizuno serves it deep. Girona pops it up. Maya comes flying over. Hits it up for Sydney. Sydney's going to bump it over. Mizuno sets up their offense. They're going to set up their backcourt slide. Kaylin and Girona leaning over to try and dig it. Neither one can. So Mizuno gets another point. Now up 7. Mizuno with the serve. Girona with the pass to Kaylin. Kaylin out to Sydney. Sydney with the tip. Mizuno gets the ball. They're going to set up their outside with the tip. Gets blocked by Ava. Mizuno gets it back up to the outside. Hits it deep. Girona pops it up for Kaylin. Kaylin to Ava. Ava pushes it to the side. Mizuno gets the dig. They're going to set up their middle. Hits it hard cross court. And they're going to call that in. And so Mizuno gets another point. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a hard, deep serve, and that falls right at the last second. Mizuno now firmly in control of this first set. Ignite taking another timeout to try and talk things over and stop another Mizuno run. So right now, Mizuno getting a lot of good blocks on our girls, making it tough to get a second clean shot at their defense. They also have a very good server, making the passes a little bit more difficult for the Ignite team. So after the timeout, both teams back on the court. Mizuno still set to serve. Mizuno serves it deep. Cameron with the pass to Kalen. Kalen with the quick center dunk. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set it up to the outside. Gets partially blocked. Cameron gets it up to Kalen. Kalen back out to Cameron. Cameron hits it deep. Mizuno gets the dig. They're going to set up their middle. Who hits it cross court? Maya with the dig to Kalen. Kalen sets up Sydney. Sydney bumps it over. Mizuno sets up their offense. They're going to set up the outside this time. Hits it hard. Bounces over. Kalen gets a great stab at it. Hits the net. Ava tries diving to get the ball back up. Can't get the second ball back up. So Mizuno with another point. Mizuno leading by 10. Serves it deep. And that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. So Ignite finally able to stop the Mizuno run. Cameron's going to rotate back to the service line. Cameron with the hard serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter. Hits it cross court. That's going to be too wide, out of bounds. Point Ignite. So Cameron heading back to the service line, down 8, looking to try and cut into this lead. Cameron with a hard low shot. Mizuno did an excellent job digging that one, hits it, and that goes over the defense and down, again hitting the baseline. The up ref whistling about something, I can't quite tell, but either way, Mizuno with a 9-point lead and the serve. Mizuno with a deep serve. Cameron floating backwards, trying to get that. Can't come up with it. Another ace for Mizuno. Mizuno serves it short this time. Cameron with the pass to Kalen. Kalen out to Sydney. Sydney gets pushed. Gets blocked though. Cameron gets it up. Maya can't come up with the second shot. And again, that block by Mizuno making it tough for Ignite to get another attack. Mizuno with the serve. This one's going to be a deep serve. Maya with the pass to Kalen. Kalen to Sydney. Sydney with the tip. And that's going to find the court. A point for Ignite. Ava's going to check out. Jordan in. Maya back to serve. Maya with a deep serve. Mizuno can't handle it, and that's going to be an ace for Maya. So Ignite now down 9. Maya back to serve again. Maya with another deep serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their backside hitter. Hits it hard, cross court, and that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. And that's going to be a point Ignite. And so the line judge said that Ignite touched the ball. The up ref didn't think they did, but now called the line judge over to try and talk it through with the line judge to see if she's sure that was a touch. Without instant replay, I couldn't tell. It didn't look like a touch, but it's hard to tell from the vantage point. They award the point to Mizuno. And so Mizuno, now with a 10-point lead, now has the serve. Mizuno with the serve. Deep serve. Girona pops it up for Maya. Maya's going to set up Sydney on the backside. Sydney hits it deep, and that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. So Mizuno now serving for set point. Mizuno with the hard serve. Cameron pops it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Girona. Girona hits it off the block. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside this time. Who hits it deep? Cameron gets it up. Kalen gets it up and hits it over. And Mizuno on the overpass gets the tip. And they're going to win the first set 25-13. And Ignite really trying to attack the middle of Mizuno and just not working. The big kept blocking Ignite's attacks in the middle. So after the first set, Mizuno is going to start with service in the second set. Again, this is the best of three, so whichever team wins 2 sets wins the game. If we go to a third, we're going to be only going to 15. In the first game, Ignite struggled playing against HLA, and they even started off struggling in the second set and were able to find a way to come back and win that second set, giving them all the momentum in the third, and they kind of ran away with it in the third. We're going to see if they can do that against this Mizuno team. And I have confirmed that if Ignite can win this game or the next game, they will guarantee their spot in the gold bracket tomorrow. If they can win both games, they'll play at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. If they only win one, they'll be playing at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm sure Mizuno also does not want to be playing at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, so they're fighting for that coveted 11 a.m. start time. And we will be playing a game immediately after this one. It'll be a short break, maybe 10 minutes, where we'll face the last team of the night, which will be Momentum 14 Navy. So Ignite back on the court. We have Jordan, Girona, and Sydney in the front. Kaylin, Cameron, and Anna in the back. Let's see if Ignite can find a way around that big front line of the Mizuno offense. So Anna's going to check out, Maya's going to check in. And we're just about ready to get this second set underway. Looks like the up ref trying to help the scorers table get things situated. He's over there still talking with the scorer's table. Looks like he got things all squared away. So we are now ready to get this second set underway. Mizuno with the serve. It's going to be a hard, deep serve. Girona gets it up to Kalen. Kalen back to Cameron in the back row. Cameron hits it over the defense, and that's going to find an open spot. Ignite scores the first point in the second set. So Sydney's going to rotate back to serve. Sydney with a short serve, and that's going to be too short into the net. So Mizuno will take over service. We are knotted at ones in the second set. The serve goes wide. Sydney gets it up to Kalen. Kalen to Girona. Girona hits it deep, and that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. And so Mizuno now leading by 2, still with the serve. Mizuno serves it deep. Sydney with the pass over. And then Kalen gets the dig on the overpass. Maya sets up Cameron in the back row. Cameron hits it too low into the net. And so another point for Mizuno. Let's go, Ignite! Mizuno with the serve deep. Maya pops it up for Kalen. Kalen sets up Girona on the outside. Girona hits it cross court. Mizuno with the dig. They're going to set up their outside, who hits it way out of bounds. Point Ignite. So after that point, Girona's going to check out. Macy's going to check in and head back to the service line. Macy with the serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their middle, who tips it. Maya goes diving. Cameron gets it up and over, and then Macy to Kalen to Jordan, and Jordan gets blocked in the middle. Again, attacking that middle. Can't get it around the bigs. And the up ref now talking to the captain of the Mizuno team about something. And now the captain's going to go over and talk to the coach. And so kind of a long break for the Mizuno server here. It looks like they got things straightened out, or I guess message communicated to the coach. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a deep serve. Macy pops it up. Kalen gets it back to Macy. Macy hits it down the line. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside, who hits it cross court. Maya dives to try and come up with it. Can't come up with the ball, and that's going to be a huge swing by Mizuno. And again, Mizuno showing all the momentum here in this game. Mizuno with the serve. This one's going to be a deep one. Sydney with the pass to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron goes cross court deep. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to have their middle. Maya with the pass to Kalen. Kalen back to Macy in the back row. Macy hits it deep. Mizuno sets up their backside this time. Goes down the line on the wrong side of the antenna. So Ignite gets the point. Down 2. Maya's going to check out. Anna's going to check in. Jordan back at the service line. Jordan with a hard low serve. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set up their backside hitter again. Again, too deep, out of bounds. Point Ignite. So Ignite only down 1 now. Jordan back, looking to tie. Jordan goes to the line, and that's going to be an ace for Jordan. A great angled serve. The libero goes diving for Mizuno to try and pick it up. Can't come up with it. Jordan with the serve, going back to that spot. The libero gets it this time, sets up their backside hitter who hits it deep. Macy with the pass to Kalen. Kalen with the center tip. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set up their middle. Hits it hard. Jordan pops it up. Anna pops it up. Macy bumps it over. Mizuno sets up their outside this time. Hits it hard. Gets blocked at the net by Kalen and Anna. And Ignite takes a 1-point lead here in the second set. So Jordan back at the service line looking for more. Jordan serving at that angle. This time it's going to be a little bit too wide out of bounds. So Mizuno will get the ball back. And we're knotted at 6s. It looks like the scorers table is wrong. They have it 6-5. Mizuno with the serve, short. Macy pops it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron hits it cross court. Mizuno with the dig. They're going to set up their outside. Who hits it? Get partially blocked. Maya gets it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron goes down the line. Mizuno is able to get the dig. They're going to set up their middle. Hits it. Gets partially blocked. Maya gets it up after Cameron bumps it up, and then Anna gets it over. Mizuno sets up their outside, hits it down, and Sydney unable to come up with the dig. So Mizuno gets the point, now leading by 1. A great swing by the outside of Mizuno. Ignite not able to catch up to that to get the dig. Mizuno with a serve. This one's going to be a deep serve. Macy gets it to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron goes down the line, but that's going to be a little bit too deep or too wide out of bounds. That's all right, Ignite. That's all right. Keep attacking, girls. Keep attacking. Mizuno with the serve. This one's going to be a deep serve. Sydney pops it up. Maya is going to set up Macy in the back row. Macy hits it deep. Mizuno sets up the middle, and they're going to be in the net, so Ignite gets the point. Down 1. Kalen's going to rotate back to serve. Kalen serving it deep. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their backside hitter. Hits it cross court. That's going to be too wide out of bounds, and so Ignite ties up this second set at 8 apiece. Kalen back to serve again. Kalen serving to the corner, and that's going to be too wide out of bounds. So Mizuno claims a 1-point lead and gets the serve back. Mizuno with a low serve. Maya pops it up to Kalen. Kalen to Sydney. Sydney with a huge swing in the middle and gets the kill. A great swing by Sydney. So Macy's going to check out. Gerona's going to check in. Cameron back to serve. Cameron serving it deep, and that's going to be just a little bit too deep out of bounds. So point goes to Mizuno. So Mizuno leading by 1 with the serve. This one's going to be a deep serve. Gerona passes to Kalen. Kalen sets up Sydney again. Sydney hits it. Another kill for Sydney in the middle. And Ignite ties it back up. Anna's going to check out. Jordan's going to check in. Maya back to serve. Let's go, Maya. Maya serving it deep. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter. Hits it down the line, gets blocked by Jordan. Jordan tries to stab it to get it back up. Can't come up with it. It goes wide out of bounds. So Mizuno, again, claims a 1-point lead and has the serve back. Going back and forth on these points here in the second set. But much, much better than the first set where Mizuno was going on runs. Mizuno with the serve. Cameron pops it up to Kalen. Kalen backs at Sydney. Sydney tries to hit it cross court, but that's going to be a little bit too short into the net. So Mizuno, now with a 2-point lead, still has the serve. This is going to be a short serve. Cameron goes diving to try and get it. Can't come up with the ball. And Mizuno now claims a 3-point lead. Ignite going to shift their defense to try and stop this Mizuno run early. Another short serve. Girona gets it to Kalen. Kalen out to Sydney. Sydney hits it deep. And that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. And so Ignite struggling a little bit now, letting Mizuno build up a 4-point lead. This is going to be a short serve, and it's going to be too short into the net. So Ignite gets the point. Sydney rotates back to serve. You got this, Sid. You got this. Sydney with the deep serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside. Hits it hard cross court. That's going to be too wide, out of bounds. And so Ignite gets the point. Down 2. Sydney back to serve again. Sydney with a hard deep serve. Mizuno pops it up, sets up their backside hitter, who roll shots. Maya dives, gets a hand on it, but can't pop it up for anyone else. And so Mizuno takes over, leading by 3. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a hard serve. Sydney gets it to Kalen. Kalen tips it over. Mizuno is ready, sets up their backside hitter, who tips it over. Girona gets it, Kalen gets it, and then Cameron pushes it over. Mizuno sets up their backside again, hits it partially blocked. Maya sets up Kalen. Kalen to Jordan. Jordan hits it into the middle and gets blocked again. That middle of Mizuno dominating the interior. Not many points have gotten through her. Mizuno with the serve. This is going to be a short serve. Maya gets it to Kalen. Kalen out to Girona. Girona off the defense and over. Mizuno pushes. Girona's there. Sydney dives. Maya bumps it over. Mizuno sets up their offense. They're going to set up their outside hitter, who hits it deep, out of bounds. And that's going to be a point for Ignite. So Girona's going to check out. Macy's going to check in and head back to the service line. Let's go, Macy. Macy with the serve down the line. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside again. Hard swing. Jordan was there, but it fell on the Ignite side. So another kill for the outside for Mizuno. Now leading by 4 in the second set. Ignite needing to make a stop here. Mizuno with the short serve. Sydney pops it up. Jordan gets it to Cameron. Cameron with a roll shot deep. Mizuno sets up their middle. Hits it hard. Sydney with the dig. Maya with the pass to Macy. Macy hits the roll shot. And Mizuno can't come up with it. A kill for Macy in the back row. So Maya's going to check out. Anna's going to check in. Jordan back to serve. Let's go, Jordan. Jordan with the serve at an angle. Mizuno gets it. They're going to set up their middle with the tip. Anna pops it up. Sydney sets up, or Kalen. Kalen tried to tip it, and it fell short. So another point for Mizuno. Jordan's going to check out. Maya's going to check back in. Keep fighting tonight. Keep fighting. Every point. Mizuno serves it short. Macy pops it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron off the defense. And Mizuno trying to get the dig, and they can't come up with it. So Ignite with the point. Down 3. Kalen back to serve. Ignite needing to make a run here as it's getting late in the second. Kalen with the serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside. Hard swing. Blocked at the net by Sydney. A great block by Sydney. So Kalen rotates back to serve, down 2. Kalen with the deep serve. Mizuno in a little bit of trouble, pops it up. They're going to try and hit it. And Kalen tries to go sideways to get that ball. Can't come up with it. So Mizuno gets the point and the serve, leading by 3.
Let's go, Ignite.
Mizuno serves it hard, and that's going to find the baseline. And Ignite going to take a timeout, down 4. Ignite's going to need to make a stand here, not let Mizuno get many more points. Not a whole lot of time left in this second set. Mizuno taking the first set. So Mizuno set to serve. It's going to be a hard low serve. Macy goes diving to try and get that point. Can't come up with it. And so Mizuno now clinging to a 5-point lead. Trying to win in 2.
Let's go, Ignite. Come on, keep fighting, girls. You got this.
Mizuno, hard low serve. Maya pops it up to Kalen. Kalen out to Cameron. Cameron with the tip. Mizuno able to get it up. They're going to set up their back row hitter. Hits it hard. That's going to be too deep, out of bounds. Point Ignite. So with that, Macy's going to check out. Gerona's going to check in. Cameron back to serve. Cameron with the serve. Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their outside. Hits it hard. Gets partially blocked. And Kalen can't come up with it in the back. So Mizuno now 3 points away from taking the second set and the game. Mizuno with the serve deep. Maya with the pass to Kalen. Kalen out to Gerona. Gerona down the line. Mizuno gets the dig. They're going to set up their outside. Hits it short. Kalen gets it up. And then Gerona gets it up. And Cameron gets it over. Mizuno bumps it right back over. Maya's there. And then Kalen bumps it over. Mizuno sets up their outside. Gets blocked. And it's going to fall out of bounds off the hands of Ignite. And so Mizuno now 2 points away.
Let's go, girls. Let's get the ball back.
Mizuno with the serve deep, and that's going to be too deep, out of bounds. So Ignite gets another chance to serve. Anna checks out, Jordan checks in, Maya back to serve. Maya serves it deep, Mizuno pops it up. They're going to set up their backside hitter with the tip. Maya gets it to Kalen. Kalen back to Sydney. Sydney goes down the line, gets blocked. Mizuno in a little bit of trouble. They hit it deep. Kalen gets it up to Maya. Maya to Gerona. Gerona cross court, big swing. Mizuno is able to get the dig. They set up their back row hitter, hits it deep. Cameron pops it up to Maya. Maya back to Kalen. Kalen with the tip. Mizuno's there. They're going to set up their backside again. And they get blocked out of bounds. And so Mizuno now serving for the game.
Ignite, let's get the ball back.
Mizuno with the serve. This one's going to be deep. Cameron with the pass to Kalen. Kalen back to Sydney. Sydney with the tip. Mizuno gets it up. They're going to set up their outside hitter. Hits it hard and deep. Maya with the pass to Kalen. Kalen to Jordan. Jordan hits it off the block, and it gets blocked back. Mizuno's going to win 25-18 in 2 straight sets. And so Ignite will have their first loss of the day. And like I said, we're going to be playing again very shortly against the Momentum 14 Navy. So we're going to stop this broadcast and we'll get another one set up in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching and hope to see you shortly.